Alright, what's up everybody? In today's video we are going to make the banner of a Facebook group because I really want to start a Facebook group, but I was inspired by my own YouTube thumbnail, okay, to create this banner for the Facebook group. Okay, the reason why I want to create a Facebook group is that some of you actually come to me after I drop a tutorial. Some of you actually DM me my WhatsApp or the platform itself, and you people send me design that you people have made from the tutorials that I've explained online, maybe on my YouTube channel here. And I just want to create a Facebook group where you can actually go there and just drop your design, and it will help me to be able to like critique for others to actually see the effort that you are putting in and to make it timeless, that other people can actually learn from the critique I'm giving to you, and from your own design maybe they can tap into your inspiration, that you're actually learning something and it can actually encourage them to be more. So I decided to make a Facebook group. I actually have a Facebook group before now, so I've not been really using it the way I should. So I just decided to clear everything I've ever posted in that Facebook group and I just jar it toward this purpose. Okay, I'm actually calling it now graphic design academy, graphic design simplified, but I really don't have any name in mind. I just have to do it. So in order to I really wanted to show you the page, but network seemed to be, if you're Nigeria, West Africa, we've been suffering from network issue due to something that happened to the cable across West Africa and some parts of Africa. So we're really having network issue, but thank God I'm able to upload every night. So it's not really affecting those times that I'm uploading. So I can show you, but this is just the banner. Okay, this is how it look. And so we are going to make it. Okay, we are going to make it, and I just want to show you how I was able to come up with the design inspiration, of which I've already told you from my YouTube thumbnail. So I just designed it to the YouTube thumbnail size, okay, the landscape size. But after making some research, since I wanted to use it for YouTube, I mean for Facebook thumbnail, Facebook banner, group banner, so I discovered that the size is actually different. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a new document so that we can use the actual right size. So I'm hitting Ctrl N on my keyboard right now, and I have it saved up here, which is actually the Facebook group banner, and the size is actually 16 by 40. Okay, 1640 by 1856. Okay, you can actually use this for a Facebook banner, group banner. But if you are doing Facebook banner for a Facebook page, this is actually the size. Okay, it's different. Okay, then this is what we are going to use. So you have to punch this on your keyboard, but before you even start creating, then you should have your screenshot ready, because everything I did was from screenshot. I have a cool, if you are using Windows, you should be able to know the keys for taking screenshot. I think it has the upper part of the, or sometimes it's merged with the F keys. Okay, I don't know what they call it, but the F1 to F9 and the F12 rather, they kind of combine with those keys, so you can actually just maybe Google search and know which one you are using. Personally, I'm using the Movavi screenshot. Let me show you. This is what I'm actually using, which is the Movavi, and let me see. Okay, this is the one I'm using. It's actually the screen recorder, but it actually has a screenshot function attached to it. Okay, this is not what I use in doing my recording, because it's actually a paid version and you can't do so many things. They will just add watermark, so I don't use it for my screen recording. Okay, so this is the size, and you have to take screenshots of the places that you want to add to your design. But I've already taken a screenshot. I think I will be dropping this in the description so that you can actually download and practice with all this. So these are the screenshots, and even the text that we'll be using, I've already provided it, just a few text. So let's get started. So we already created the size, and this is our main document here, the main background page. So we're going to drag it onto our page, and let's just scale this one up and position it in a way that it will fit your design. I think I'm using it something like this, and let's just position this, okay, and drag it to somewhere here like this. Okay, I will be moving back and forth with the one that I've done before, so that I can actually just see how it actually looks, so that I don't end up designing something different. Okay, this is it. Okay, so I'll be coming back to check just to make things tight. So the first thing, I'm just going to lay out everything there before I start adding drop shadows, like as you can see here, to make it look as if they are there. Okay, and some blur. And think that's pretty much it, not much. Okay, let's bring in the other elements. So we have this one, and I didn't want to view. Let's bring it to Photoshop. Okay, so we have this one. Let's just scale it a little bit, and let's click OK. Let's bring in the other one. Let's bring in this one. Okay, and let's just click OK. And let's bring which one? Okay, let's bring this one, and let's just click OK. So let's turn off this one and turn off this one. Let's deal with this one first. Okay, so we are going to use something like the angle minus 45 or 14. Let me see. Let's just hit minus 14. Okay, this is the angle we're going to be using for all our design. I mean our design elements. So let's just scale this one a little bit upward and just position it somewhere here like this. And let's take this one to be something like this. Okay, it may not be exactly like the first one I've made, but let's just get that in mind so that we just create something nice. So for this one, let's just do as if we want to scale it, then enter minus 14, and let's click OK. And let's scale this one. Let's click Ctrl Z and just scale this one up to the size I want, and just drop it somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. Just scale down, and that's it. So for the one, this last one, let's bring it to the front. So let's click somewhere here again. Let's just click minus 14. Okay, so let's position it somewhere here. And for the one behind here, I mean this one, let me show you. This one here is just a duplicate of this one. So we're going to make it, yes, going to hold this one, hold your Alt key and just drag so that it fills this back. Okay, we're going to add the drop shadow and all of that later on, but let's just position everything the way we want it so that we can just quickly move everything the way we want it. So let's add these two. Let's drag both, and let's open Photoshop and just click OK. Okay, we're going to select both of them and just scale down. Okay, scale down to where we want it. Just position it to be somewhere around here, and just click OK. And just drag this one out. Hold the Shift key while dragging so that I can move in a straight line, and just move it. I think the one I made, it was Facebook, it was PC first, I mean PS, which is Photoshop, and let's just switch this. Okay, and also you notice that the one I made, we are having both of them are in this rounded edge square. So what I did was to take this one, shift it on to this one, and I'm gonna take this one, this layer, put it on top, and just clip it. Then clip it to it so that we have the same shape. Then we're gonna take this one, we're gonna color it. Okay, I think that's the first thing we did. Let's double click on this edge, double click. I'm going to say color overlay, and we are going to pick the color of this one so that it can, no, I think I'm making an error. We're going to pick the color of, okay, that's the color of Pixel Lab. I think that's what we did. Let's just click OK. It's already correct. So let's unclip this. We're going to come here, like right click, and we say release clipping mask. Okay, so we can have it like this. So we're going to take it down and scale it down so that it can actually be in the center of it. But somehow, if you notice, there is this weird line, okay, this line around it. So we're going to take it out, and the way we're going to take it out is bring our Eclipse tool and make it part. Okay, select parts and just select around it. Hold your Shift key so it can be round. In case you already start dragging, you can actually hold down the space button, space bar, and you can then move it to whatever you want it to be. So you can just position it here, release it, and be able to scale again. So once you're like this, okay, we're going to click on mask. Okay, once you click on mask, it's going to take it out. Okay, so once you're done, okay, now that we have the shape, so the next thing is to put in those stroke. So we'll come to stroke here and we add stroke, and I think we're using something like gray for the stroke. Let's just wait for the panel to load. Then I think by using this color, okay, use something around gray. Okay, we are here, and something like this, something grayish. Okay, there's no hard fast rule. Okay, once you're done, take this one now. Since this is the Photoshop icon that we added color overlay to, so you're going to hold down your Alt Y on this stroke and just drag it on top of this one, and the effect is going to transfer to that. Okay, and I think we are done there. So let's bring in our text first, or maybe let's just add the shadows. Okay, so let's come here, click on this add drop shadow, and we're going to transfer it. Just will transfer the stroke. We're going to transfer it to all of them too. So I think the shadow is already the way I want it. As you can see, the shadow is dropping well. So look at the settings here. We have it opacity as 46. May not be the same, but just something like that. The angle is about 57. The distance, you can see, just make sure that as you are adjusting it, you are seeing the shadow the way you want it, because there's nothing like this is the particular parameters you must use. Okay, you must use. Just try to make sure that you are getting the feel that you want from the shadow that you are adding. Okay, so let's click OK, and now we're going to take this drop shadow and we're going to add it to all of the other panels. Okay, so let's right click and we're going to say copy layer style. Okay, once you copy layer style, now you cannot paste it on another layer. So let's select this and let's right click and say paste layer style, and that shadow is going to be pasted. Let's take this one, right click, say paste layer style, and for this one, this last one, we're going to add a blur. Okay, so let's go to filter, let's go to blur, let's go to Gaussian blur. Okay, and it's just going to give us this effect, and we can actually make it more. Okay, let's drop it a bit. Okay, so now let's push it in because I want it to cover this other part. And okay, sometimes when you want to scale, this thing just end up making some moves. Okay, so be careful. So when you make those moves, you just have to like undo them. Okay, and let's bring in the other part of the screenshot. So now let's deal with the screenshot from my phone, which actually talk about Pixel Lab. Okay, because I make tutorial for both smartphone and PC, that's Photoshop. So let's make this angle to be -40. Okay, since this one came in another direction, let's try the -14 first. I don't think it's going to waver. Okay, this is not going to work the way we thought, so let's just click OK. Let's do this one manually. So we're just going to make sure that it aligns with this one in a way. May not be exactly perfect since they will not be together, and let's just make sure it's quite okay. Okay, I think this is nice, and now we cannot use this one. Let's click on this. So we cannot, oh my goodness, Photoshop is freaking out. So we cannot use this one, this angle for others. Let's just Control C in case we need it again. So let's just drop it somewhere here. Let me check the first design to actually see. Okay, it's just here and here and here. So we're going to make that one 3, and we're going to add some blur too. So maybe we'll copy this blur there. So before then, let's just do it so that we don't end up copying to multiple layers. Okay, here is the layer that has the blur, and again hold down your Alt key and just drag it to the layer that you want, and boom, we have it here. So let's look at the positioning again. Just have it here linking into the design. So let's drop it here. Hold your Alt key and drag it somewhere here. Hold your Alt key again and drag it somewhere here. I think this is it. Okay, this is the design so far. So now let's bring in our text. Our text here, we have it here. So we're just going to copy this. Control C and just come back to Photoshop. Yes, Photoshop. Photoshop. So let's bring in our text tool and just click somewhere here and we're going to paste in the text. Okay. My text is very small, so let's increase the size. I actually don't know the size I use at first, so we just Control A and Control V. We're having the wrong line spacing there. Control A and let's just okay. Let's just make it okay. This is a very bad practice here that you see this D and this G, they are kind of touching each other. It's not a good practice, but It sometimes look nice most times when you just do some things like that, but it's not a good canning process. But well, I'm breaking the rule here. Okay, it's my design. That's one good thing about being a designer. You just break the rules. Okay, so we have it like this. And for the last one, we're going to copy this last text. Graphic design simplified. That's kind of my watchword when it comes to, we have it here. So we're going to use the golden ratio to actually do this part. So let's alt drag and let's double tap to edit and let's paste. Okay, let's select all. Now let's come to this part that says 130 pixel. So we're going to do some mathematics here. So we're going to click on divide, which is actually the forward slash divide by the golden ratio, which is 1.618. okay, let's copy this number because included in divide itself, because we're going to paste it again. We're going to divide more. So Ctrl C and just hit enter. Okay, now it has reduced. What the golden ratio does is that you can actually use it to create hierarchy in your design. So let's paste it again and let's hit OK. And we're going to do it one more time. Okay, Ctrl V and OK. Now the good part is whenever you are doing the golden ratio like this, it's not a hard fast rule. I'm going to increase it a tad because it seems to be too small here, and I want to align it to the base, which is a good practice. Always align to the base when doing typography. Okay, we're going to increase it a tad. Okay, let it be somewhere here, and let's just click OK. And I noticed that this text here is being blocked, so I can just shift it a bit. Though we're going to add some drop shadows. So let's click on this drop shadow, this particular drop shadow. We're going to paste it on it too. So let's copy this layer style, copy layer style, then click on our text, right click, and we're going to paste layer style. Where are you? Paste layer style. So we have the drop shadow too affecting our text too. So we're going to do the same for this text. Let's click paste layer style. Where are you? Paste layer style. Okay, so this is going to make your text stand out more. Okay, let me see if we're actually missing anything. Where's our design? Okay, here we have this okay, we have, I think I've added drop shadow to this. Let me see. I don't think I have. Okay, so let's drop in let's paste layer style, paste the drop shadow, but it seems to be too hard here. I don't know why. Let's just go and modify that one. Let's drop it down a bit. Okay, let's double click on the drop shadow. The drop shadow panel then it's going to open. Then you cannot drop the opacity. You can say, okay, big guy, just drop it a bit. Okay, and just click OK. And I think it's also on these ones, but if I should add it now, since the drop shadow is moving this direction, it's not going to show, so there's no point. And finally, these two parts, we're going to group these two guys. Okay, they're actually three because of the layer beneath this one. So let's select the last one. So we're going to hit Ctrl G on our keyboard. The reason why I'm doing this is because if I should add drop shadow here, and drop shadow is going to cast on one of these, because the layer structure is when there are two layers, you're adding drop shadow to the both, it may not be working that well. So I just want to add a drop shadow to the group instead of each individually. So we're going to right click and we're going to paste layer style. Okay, you can actually paste effects on a group. Okay, we still have the layers here, but the drop shadow is just going to affect the group as a whole. So finally, let's add this last one. Let's bring on this one. So let's bring in here. Okay, what we just need from this one, let's click OK. Okay, what we just need is just the section of this screenshot. So let's come here and let's take on the two marquee tool, I guess, what to call it. Okay, the rectangular marquee tool, and let's just select. Okay, select this part, and we're just going to click on the add layer mask. Okay, it's going to bring in here. So let's go to our move tool. And let's bring in somewhere here, and let's try to rotate, and we're going to come here, hit -14, and just click OK, and just drop it somewhere here. Okay, it looks as if it's part of this one. So we're just going to add the drop shadow, hold the Alt key as always, and just drag it to it, and I think we're done. And let's bring this one to the front. Okay, I think we'll move this one backwards so that we can actually see it here. Or maybe we can just move this one. We can just increase this one a bit so that it just, let's Ctrl Z so that we don't have to deal with that part at all. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Just find a way to solve the problem. Okay, let's take on this one. Let's just turn it off. Okay, I think we are good here. Okay, I think we are done. So this brings us to the end of the video. I hope you're able to learn one thing or the other. Please, the link to the Facebook group will be dropped in the comment section. In case you are doing some of all these assignments, especially for me, you can actually go there and maybe you've practiced and you just want to show me, instead of looking for my number, trying to message. Even if you know me on WhatsApp, you can also still do that. The good part about this Facebook group is that you can actually post as anonymous, because I believe some people don't just want to show their face that they are learning something like this or something. You can always drop it as anonymous. Nobody will know that you are the one who have posted it. I will be able to reply to your messages and all of that. Okay, this is me just trying to create a group for us to communicate better. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're able to do some of these practices, and as always, what you need for this one is in the description box, so you can go and download. And today is day 47 of me teaching what I know as a graphic designer. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.